Welcome to round 6 consultation exercise. Now we shall continue with question number 2. Okay, now it says that this is in ultraviolet region. Okay, ultraviolet region, if you remember, it is Lyman series. Okay, this one, everyone got it correct. Okay, now next one, B is the most problematic one because it asks to calculate both things. That is frequency and energy. Some students only give me frequency, but they never give me energy. Okay, so frequency and energy for line S. Okay, so we need to determine line S is which line? Is it first, second, third, or is it first, second, third, fourth? So S is second or S is third? So the answer is S is the third line. Okay, why? Always look for the largest distance. Okay, so Q and T, Q has the largest distance here. So Q is the first line. And ultraviolet region means that electron will drop to n equals to 1. Okay, so we know that this is n equals to, imagine that the electron has dropped to n equals to 1. So it produced first line. So at higher level, okay, initial final, so at higher initial, it should be at n equals to 2 because 1 plus 1 equals to 2. Then this one, 1 plus 2 equals to 3, 4, and 5. So if you want to calculate the energy, okay, if you don't want to start with frequency, you can start with energy first because the question never asks calculate the frequency first. Okay, so I'll be using energy. So finding n initial will be equals to 4 and final equals to 1. Okay, because this is the third line. 1 plus 3 equals to 4. Okay, so just substitute. So this one 1 mark. Formula, okay, don't miss out your formula. I have seen that many students didn't write down their formula. Formula 1 mark, substitution 1 mark, final answer 1 mark together with the sign and unit. Okay, after I find the energy, I can find frequency. Okay, so 1 mark for formula and unit for frequency. Remember, although the energy here we have negative because we know that energy is released, but for frequency there is no negative sign because time we don't have negative. Okay, now next one we go to C. Okay, this is another one. At its excited state before it drops to produce line Q. Okay, so Q is the first line. Okay, not the fourth line, it's the first line. So means that if it's the first line, at its excited state, it is 2. Okay, so means that it will drop to n equals to 1, but this is the first line, so equals to n equals to 2. So this is the excited state, n equals to 2. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 with negative and unit. Okay, now some students, they do not use this formula. They still use energy change. Okay, equals to RH 1 over n initial square minus n over final square. Okay, this is not acceptable because it says that at its excited state. Okay, now for question B, just now we start with energy, right? But some students, they start with frequency. So if you want to start with frequency, how do they do that? Okay, they try to find wavelength. Okay, it is not wrong to find wavelength, but if you want to use wavelength, make sure you write the formula and also state that N1 is less than N2 because this one will give you 1 mark. 2. Okay, and then this is wavelength. Okay, because some students, they don't give me anything at all. They just put it like this. It one means that 1 over lambda equals to 9.72, which is wrong. It is wavelength. So those who don't give me the correct symbol, I will not give marks. And the answer we get here will be meter only because the Rybert constant is meter. So don't give me in nanometer because the question never asked for nanometer. Did it mention anything about nanometer? No, right? So don't give me nanometer. If you change to nanometer means you don't know what you are doing because next one you are going to find frequency. Frequency is speed of light over wavelength. So if you see speed of light is meter per second. Okay, and then the answer which just now we have is meter, right? Okay, so the answer is per second. So you can cancel these two. So if you put it in nanometer, how can you cancel the meter? Okay, then only after that the students will use this formula. So overall, student weakness is still unable to identify the initial level. Still give me the incorrect unit like nanometer, and don't remember that at excited state we use this formula. Okay, so again, remember, if you want to use wavelength, your unit is meter. Okay, because the Rybert constant is meter. If you want to use Rybert constant wavelength, make sure you write everything. Okay, because this one mark. At its excited state, use this formula. At its excited state means higher level. Okay, and then the line spectrum, remember, find the first line. Always find the first line first. The first line is the one that has the largest distance. Okay, so that's all for today's sharing.